Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2003 Polk County Schools Video Awards Ceremony. A celebration of creativity, teamwork, problem-solving, computer graphics, reporting, and overall excellence in television production. By tradition, we begin our ceremony with the Salute to Heroes. Tonight, we again honor the brave men and women of our armed forces who are defending our freedom around the world. In order, behind the George Jenkins High School JROTC Flag Corps, representing the United States Army, is Sergeant Anthony Keyes. Representing the United States Air Force is Sergeant Kenya Chapman. And representing the United States Navy and Marines is Petty Officer Julius Poe III. Behind our military heroes are tonight's special guests, the 2003 TV Production Students of the Year and their parents. From Anna Woodbury Elementary, Christina Pickens and her parents Danny and Christina Pickens. From Berkeley Elementary, Noah Bolin and his parents Wesley and Melinda Bolin. From Blake Elementary Academy, Casey Jones and her parents Tim and Michelle Jones. From Carlton Palmore Elementary, Hannah Vaughn and her parents, Casey and Lisa Vaughn. From Cleveland Court Elementary, Katie Ward and her parents, Darrell and Julie Ward. From Gibbons Street Elementary, Brian Frasher and his parents, Brian and Tina Frasher. From Kathleen Elementary, Sarah Bollock and her parents, David and Lynn Bollock. From Lewis Elementary, Haley Pauley and her parents, Tim and Beverly Pauley. From Lime Street Elementary, Ashley McGahee and her parents, Steve and Kathy McGahee. From Lothman Oaks Elementary, Astrid Mosmans and her mother, Gretchen Kistner, and her grandmother, Irene Luby. From North Lakeland Elementary, Aaron Joe and his parents, Ernest and Cheryl Joe. From Oscar J. Polk Elementary, Matthew Oliver and his parents, Robert and Kathleen Oliver. From Juanita Elementary, Jahiro Gonzalez and his parents, Juan Ramirez and Maria Gonzalez. From Winston Elementary, Abby Nolan and her parent, Marcy Nolan. From Bartow Middle, Danielle Baker and her parent, Wanda Baker. From Blake Middle Academy, Joshua Wood and his parents, Billy and Melinda Wood. From Boone Middle, Jennifer Pijuan and her parents, Gildo Pijuan and Miguelina Arzola. From Discovery Academy of Lake Alfred, Andrea McClary and her parents, Rich and Jeanette McClary. From Dundee Ridge Middle, Elgene Perez and his parent, Jones J. Colon. From Jewett Academy, Shayla Williams and her parents, Stephen and Shonda Cromartie. From Lake Gibson Middle, Daniel Harris and his parents, Richard and Brenda Harris. From Lakeland Highlands Middle, Quinn Lee Wynn and her parent, Dang Wynn. From Lawton Childs Middle Academy, Kelly McHugh and his parents, Marty and Mary McHugh. From Rochelle School of the Arts, Joy Marie Harrison and her parents, Bob and Gail Harrison. From Sleepy Hill Middle, Nicole Burge and her parents, Brad and Elaine Burge. From Southwest Middle, Anna Davis and her parent, Joy Schneller. From Union Academy, Lindsay Kulvakel and her parents, Joseph and Rosanna Kulvakel. From Westwood Middle, Ariel Hicks and her grandmother, Judy Trabrowski. From Auburndale Senior, Darren Goodrich and his parents, Chuck and Darlene Goodrich. From Bartow Senior, Jimmy Lapnawan and his parents, Jimmy Sr. and Virginia Lapnawan. From George Jenkins Sr., Jason Bent and his parents, Steve and Vicki Bent. From Kathleen Sr., Hassani Harper and his parents, Jeff and Ingrid Stewart. From Lake Gibson Sr., Anthony Sassano and his parents, William and Sandra Sassano. From Lake Region Senior, Elizabeth Hale and her parent, Randy Hale. From Lakeland Senior, James Kessel and his parents, David and Gwen Kessel. From McKeel Academy of Technology Senior, Cassandra Simmons and her parents Peter and Joyce Simmons. From Mulberry Senior, Stacy Barrett and her parents Kevin and Kim Rook. From Winter Haven Senior, Lauren McCrae and her parents Rock and Donna Arnold.
Right down there. Go down about 3 steps down. Come down here. Fill in right down there, please. Fill in right down there. We're going down here, okay? About 3 steps down. 3 steps down. Very good. Yeah, can you go around there? Because I think that we're going right down here. Third step. Go ahead and fill in down on the stairs if you will. Third step down. I tell you what, is our national anthem singers are going to be right here, okay? Yeah, thank you. I think you all are. Ladies and gentlemen, we call this procession a salute to heroes. These are the parents of our students of the year. And we also want to recognize all of the moms and dads who are in our audience tonight. Those of us who work in the Polk County schools owe you such a tremendous gratitude, moms and dads. We cannot do our job without you. God bless you for our support of our schools. And now, in honor of all of the moms and dads and everyone else here tonight, I am honored to present to you from the Harrison Center for the Visual and Performing Arts, here to perform our national anthem, Jordan Fletcher and Audra Rose. Thank you, Jordan Fletcher and Audra Rose of the Harrison Center for the Visual and Performing Arts. We also want to thank the George Jenkins High School Color Guard for bringing in our nation's flag. And now, parents, thank you again. If you'll kindly join us in the auditorium, we'll begin our ceremony. I don't know who went. Yeah, the color guard made it out. You know, I know he has to leave. We'll just have to send it to him. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 11th annual Polk County Schools Video Award Ceremony. A number of years ago, Baseball Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig stood on the mound near center field or home plate at Yankee Stadium, and he told the audience there on his retirement that he was the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I'm a great baseball fan, but with all due respect to Mr. Gehrig, I am the luckiest man on the face of the earth because during this entire year, I get to work with the students and the teachers in our schools who are among the most creative and hardworking people on the planet, and I am so honored to work with them. And then every March, as a Christian, I really don't go on pilgrimages too much. I think some other religions do. But I make a pilgrimage around the state of Florida with 400 or 500 videotapes when they are judged by other teachers and students and by video professionals around our state and outside the state. And as I sit watching the efforts of our students, I feel at alternate times like a proud father outside the delivery room. I am so honored as I sit and I hear the comments from the judges and especially the students who are watching about the work our students are doing. And our purpose tonight, of course, is to honor excellence in multimedia production here in our school system. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you the superintendent of the Polk County Schools, Mr. Jim Thornhill.
Thank you, Mr. Yates, but I don't see the speech. I'll just wing it this evening. It is exciting being here this evening. I love competition. I came from a background where we had a lot of competition, and that is what makes things exciting. You young people tonight, I know you wish I'd hurry up and sit down so you can find out some results. But I want to say to you, this is the exciting thing about school. It isn't always just work. You can have fun while you're in it. And while you're having fun, you're also learning. And I want to commend you for the tremendous videos that we're going to see here this evening. I've seen them the last couple of years, and I can't help but be impressed. So we're looking forward to seeing the work that you have done this year. And a lot of folks are backing you up, and Mr. Yates and his folks have put on, it's always a fantastic show, and we appreciate that. And then you have all those administrators at schools and those teachers that are with you every day. And we mentioned a few minutes ago about heroes, and those are heroes to some of us, not just young folks, but to a lot of us, because of the dedication they have to the school system, the dedication they have to you, and the willingness to share that experiences that they have. And that's what makes this system and this program so exceptional and so outstanding and so much fun. A lot of twinkling and stars going out there tonight, so I need you to go ahead and sit down. But I want to wish each of you this tonight the best of luck. And remember that just being here makes you a winner. And some of you are going to come away tonight first place, but all of you are winners this evening. Without further ado, let's begin the program.
Thank you, Mr. Thornhill, and I certainly want to echo the superintendent's encouragement. It's going to be natural for you to cheer more loudly for your own school, but we together have an outstanding program, and so I really want to encourage everyone in the audience tonight to loudly cheer all of the schools that come to the stage, your school and every other school that's here. As I said, it's such an honor when I send these tapes or take the tapes around the state and around the country to have them judged, to hear such wonderful comments from the judges. A couple of house cleaning things that we start with. At the end of the ceremony, as usual, we have copies of the souvenir program. You'll need to come down to the stage and we'll distribute them. We have plenty for everyone, and the souvenir program contains all of the information about the nominees, the students of the year, each of the categories. Of course, it lists the schools that got best as well as the schools that got outstanding. We have all the members of this magnificent Southwest Middle School band over here. That's, again, our orchestra. We have the names of the Jenkins cadets who not only brought our flag in, but will escort the winning schools to the stage. And in the back of the program, you will find information about when you can see this ceremony replayed not only in our schools, and that first replay starts tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9 o'clock. And then on the weekend, on Friday night, and again on Saturday morning, if you have Comcast or Time Warner cable, you can see, and all your relatives and friends can see our ceremony. And again, all those times for both the school replays and the cable TV replays are in the program. The program also contains a listing of all of our television production teachers, as well as the teachers of the year, including the media specialists and the network managers of the year, who were the teachers of the year in their schools, which is quite an honor. Now, the way our ceremony will run, of course, we'll start with Category 12 and work our way down to Category 1, and most of you, I think, have a copy of the order of the evening. As is our tradition, the students of the year will actually open the envelope and announce who the winner is in each category. We really want to honor them. It is quite an honor to be selected the student of the year in your school. And then again at the end of the night, we will name our top elementary, middle, and 2 top high school students of the year. And you seriously would not believe the resumes that these students were able to accumulate with the help of their TV production teachers. What we need to do in order to keep things rolling smoothly is have the 3 students of the year who are going to present the winners in a particular category to make their way down here when the senior high winner is up on the stage for the previous category. Now, we don't have a previous category for this first one, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and announce that our first presenters for Category 12 are Abby Nolan of Winston Elementary, Ariel Hicks of Westwood Middle, and Lauren McCrae of Winter Haven Senior. And if the 3 of you, as well as your TV production teachers, will please come down to the stage now, sit in our lofty chairs of honor. We have the high back stools for the teachers and the chairs for the students. You will stay up here during the entire category. And then at the end of the category, go back and rejoin your classmates. So again, I need Abby, Ariel, and Lauren up here now, and their TV production teachers. Come on down to the stage and sit over here. And when we get to the end of Category 12, when we get to the senior high winner for Category 12, we want the next presenters for the wacky video to come on down so we can keep moving the whole night. Okay, well, with our presenters up here, we're ready to go at the 11th Annual Polk County Schools Video Awards Ceremony. So we're going to begin with Category 12, which is short film. Category 12 has become one of the most popular categories that we have in the video competition. I think it's because almost everybody likes movies, and Category 12 gives schools the chance to make their own movie. We, in fact, each fall now have a filmmaking workshop taught by one of our teachers. So at this point, we'll turn to the big screens and tell you who the nominees are for Best Elementary School Short Film.
Carlton Palmore, The Color of Friendship, A Story of Hope. North Lakeland, The NLE Wizard. Cleveland Court, Jane Bond 007 and a half, Homework is Forever. Winston, The $6 Billion Students.
All right, our presenter for Category 12 at the elementary level is Miss Abby Nolan of Winston Elementary School. And now, Abby, this is like Christmas morning for the 2,000 people who are in this hall. So when you open the envelope, read the name of our winner with all the enthusiasm like you run down the stairs at Christmas, okay? Okay, Abby, take it away.
And the winner is Cleveland Court Elementary. Delicious desserts? Our school doesn't have delicious desserts.
We better check this out.
Bob, come check this out.
This cabinet is full of homework from all different grades. This is the secret hiding spot.
So they steal the homework and keep it till they need it for an assignment. Those guys are devious. But I think I have a plan to smoke them out. Okay, start. Thank you so much for this award. I'd like to thank the WCNN crew and short film cast for sticking with me through thick and thin while in the process of making the short film. I'd also like to thank my parents for putting up with all the times I had to be off and about taping. And I'd especially like to thank the WCNN crew directors, Miss Brown and Miss Hickman. Thank you for this award.
Homework is Forever. Isn't that a great title? And it was, I hope you heard it was Jane Bond now, 007 and a half. Not James Bond, but Jane Bond. Okay, now we have the middle school short film. Our presenter is Ariel Hicks of Westwood Middle. And Ariel, thank you. And now let's meet the nominees for the Best Middle School Short Film.
Lakeland Highlands, Agent Zero in New York. Rochelle School of the Arts, The Dragon's Claw. Lawton Childs, Palm Breeder. Southwest Middle, Bad Hair Day. Westwood Middle, The Avenger. Dundee Ridge, Speedy. Lake Gibson, Invisible.
Okay, Ariel, tell them who our best middle school short film is.
And the winner is Lawton Childs Middle.
You know that you're not supposed to be talking during a quiz. I want to talk with you outside.
Yeah, you ever notice how students keep getting called out to a hall a lot? Yeah. They always take the Palm Pilots with them too. Yeah.
Tyler, I want you not to be talking during a quiz. Do you realize I can give you a 0?
What's the answer number 3? She was thinking me.
Right. I want you to be a model student from now on.
Wow, this is what it looks like from up here. It's been so long. Well, I'd like to thank all of the crew and Mrs. Campbell as well, and our principal for being in the movie as well. She was the best part. Other than that teacher there, that handsome guy. And Drew and the rest of the guys that stayed after, and we just kept rewriting and working it, and it turned out pretty good, I guess. Thank you very much.
Okay, next we move on to high school best short film. Our presenter is Lauren McCrae of Winter Haven Senior High School. And now let's meet the nominees for best high school short film.
Lake Region, Indiana Sparling and the Temple of the Dinosaurs. Bartow, Prelude. George Jenkins, Clean Another Day. Lake Gibson, Braves in Black.
Okay, Lauren, tell them who had our best high school short film.
And the winner is Lake Region Senior.
You guys had enough?
Now, if we've all decided to finish our naps down by the shady oak tree, it's time to get back to my discussion on dinosaurs. Okay? Now this is a bone from an Alloramus. It lived in the late Cretaceous period in Southeast Asia. darling. Push the button. Have a safe journey.
That's a real honor to accept an award in front of this many people. I'd never done that before. Once.
Let me do it, Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Robert Wintour. He's the gentleman that actually wrote the show and helped us direct it. So he did a fantastic job for us. Thank you very much. A lot of hard work and effort, and 4 months worth of work went into it. All the people you see up on the stage were the people working behind the scenes on the movie. So we thank you very, very much for the honor. Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our first nominee for Best in Show. If you are new to Video Awards, at the end of the night, we will present a trophy to the school that had the tape among the 400 to 500 tapes that were entered and scored better than any other tape. And you can imagine what a wonderful honor that is. So that was our first nominee, the Indiana Jones, Indiana Sparling, and the Temple of the Dinosaurs short film from Lake Region High School. Now, I'm going to be introducing our special guests as we go, and so just before we do Category 11, which is the wacky video, I'd like to introduce and ask if he will welcome you to the school board member who's here tonight, Mr. Jack English. Mr. English?
Thank you, Mr. Yates. On behalf of Chairman Frank O'Reilly, I bring you greetings. If you can appreciate, there's 7 of us, and we're all over the county, and this time of year there are all kinds of events that the superintendent and the board members are invited to. So I'm lucky enough that I've been invited to this one every year. Thank you for inviting me back time after time. But on behalf of the school board, as the superintendent has said, every one of you are winners. We just thank all the teachers and the parents who've worked with these students over the year to get them to where they can make these kinds of productions, and it's just a great feeling in my heart to see how good these kids are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. English. And now we move on to Category 11. One of the more fun ones, certainly, hence the name, the wacky video. The number one criterion in this category should be kind of obvious. Does it make people laugh? And I have judges at different parts of the state and outside the state who every year, the first words out of their mouth when I contact them about will they judge for us again, can I please do the wacky video? Can I please do the wacky video? So we're going to do the elementary wacky video nominees first. I see our presenters are up here, thank you. So now let's meet the nominees for the best elementary school wacky video.
North Lakeland, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Lewis, Read a Book. Lime Street, This and That with Loco Lenny. Berkeley, Caught by Cletus.
Our presenter for Elementary Wacky is Mr. Jahiro Gonzalez of Juanita Elementary School. Jahiro, tell them who our best elementary school wacky video was.
And the winner is Berkeley Elementary.
Berkeley Elementary School has safety patrols that have a big job of reminding kids to tuck in their shirts and wear their belts. so it's hard for them to find students and reward them for good behavior. So, they hired the best hunter this side of Urbandale, Cletus. Say hi, Cletus. He scales the media center and spots good citizen number 1. Notice, the student is reading quietly and not bothering others. Cletus, radios for backup.
First off, I would like to thank my school, Berkeley Elementary, for letting us have KTV News this year. I was so happy because I thought we weren't going to have it. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Boylan as Cletus. Then I would like to thank my parents for letting me be on news this year. I was so happy when I made tryouts. It was just very awesome for me because last year I was on it and now I'm back on it this year. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank Mrs. Odom and Mrs. Young for directing our news and being in charge and running it. Thank you from the KTV News team of Berkeley Elementary.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know it, the gentleman just came from the dentist. Cletus is the principal of Berkeley Elementary School, Mr. Randy Borland. And now if you think that was funny, wait till you see the middle school winner. Here are the nominees for Best Middle School Wacky Video.
Lake Gibson Middle, Joe Paydirt. Southwest, Classroom Linebacker. Westwood Middle, Sticky Stories.
Okay, our presenter, Miss Lindsay Kuvakel of Union Middle Academy.
And the winner is Southwest Middle.
Staples again.
You know you can't be bringing this wig on stop up in this humpity bumpity. You know if you don't refill the staple, I'm gonna knock you back into the cradle. You know what I'm saying, baby? Else you in for a long day. A long day. Cause EG is up in this house.
The administrators and parents thought I was a little crazy, changing Ernie's schedule so that he would be more available for discipline. But I'm a firm believer in strict order. Since Ernie's been with us, productivity among our students has gone up 48%.
Bell rang 15 seconds ago, slacker!
I am an enforcer. Don't nothing go down in my house. It's all about 100% heart, baby. Sure, I eject a few fools, but I give them pain. It's all about the intimidation, see?
I'd like to thank you for this award, and I'd like to thank SBN and the whole crew. I'd like to thank Miss Mila for taking me out of my first period class so I didn't have to do all that work. And I'd like to thank all the people who let me tackle them. Thanks.
We'd also like to thank Lakeland Senior High School for letting us borrow the jersey and the football pads. And sorry, Brittany and Megan and all the students we tackled for the bruises. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Just, after we saw it, I said, oh, that was great. Do it one more time. Thank you very much.
And if you think that one's funny, now let's meet the nominees for the Best High School Wacky Video.
Mulberry, ETN story, Tech Song. Winter Haven, The Running of the Spirit. George Jenkins, Faculty Slugfest.
And the winner is...
I need to introduce our nominee, Miss Stacy Barrett of Mulberry High School.
George Jenkins High.
Man, I'm tired of the same old games.
Do you guys want to, go read a book or do something fun?
I think I'm just going to go home and do my homework.
Yeah, same here.
Dude, guys, look what I got! Dude!
Sweet!
Tight. Hey, I want to be Mr. Farinas.
No, I want to be Mr. Farinas. You be Mr. Thomas.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Jansen for pulling this all together at the last minute. I want to thank my parents for letting us use our house for filming the inside shots. Everybody else who helped out, visual effects people, Bish, you guys know who you are. And I also want to thank the rest of the crew for helping me out because that was a hard time for me and really good to see it win. Thanks.
All right, now we move on to category 10, which is reporting, and I want to introduce yet another special guest on our stage, the Senior Director of Information and Technology Services, Mr. Abdu Tajuri. Abdu, would you like to say a word? No? By now, Mr. English and Mr. Thornhill have said it all, right? Okay, now our presenters, thank you very much. Our presenters joining us for the reporting category. Reporting is one of those arts that really separates a very good news show from a top-notch news show. Everybody in here has seen news shows, and you know that the more you can get away from what in the TV industry is called the old talking head syndrome, the better. So reporting is a prestigious category. And now let's meet our elementary school nominees for Best Reporting.
Lime Street, Churchwell, Cleveland Court,
All right, our winner is over here, of course, at a mic better suited for elementary school. It's Mr. Noah Bolin of Berkeley Elementary School.
And the winner is Cleveland Court Elementary.
As soon as somebody comes up from Cleveland Court, give them their certificate, okay?
Have you ever heard of Munville or Redbug? Those were two of the names suggested for our city. Good morning, Cougars. I'm Catherine. Lakeland was founded in 1882 by Abraham Munn. He came to Central Florida 3 years before and liked it so much he bought 80 acres. When the townspeople got together to decide on a name for their new town, they wanted to name it Munville after Mr. Munn. But he said no. So looking around, I guess they saw the 10 major lakes and thought, Lakeland.
Thank you so much for this award. WCNN has worked really hard on reporting this year. We've traveled to many places to get our Cougar news. I want to thank Miss Brown and Miss Hickman for always being ready to tape and telling us what we did wrong so we could get it perfect. I want to thank the WCNN crew for always being ready to report and go on camera, and the tech crew for fitting it into the show. Thank you so much.
Do something wrong in TV production? I don't understand. That's not possible, is it? All right, now let's move on to middle school reporting. Here are the nominees.
Lake Gibson, Jewett Academy, Lakeland Highlands,
Our presenter for the best middle school reporting is Miss Anna Davis of Southwest Middle School. Okay, Anna, who had our best middle school reporting?
The winner is Lake Gibson Middle.
The Great American Teach-In is a time when employees from numerous occupations come to explain their career. This experience may help a child to decide on their future job. This past Wednesday, guest speakers came to our school to provide students with career information.
I'm Raymond Mills. I'm a biologist with the AAAP and sting operation in Lakeland, Florida. And I have a very interesting job in that I chase bees around the state of Florida. I deal with honeybees, wasps, yellow jackets, etc. I believe that bees and wasps are very beneficial to us all.
My name is Mike Hunter. I work for United Space Alliance at the Kennedy Space Center, and I'm a test project engineer. We do all of the test and check out of the space shuttle prior to launch and post-landing. We work for NASA. The United Space Alliance is the prime contractor for processing the space shuttle.
Hi, my name is Miss Avery, and I'm a registered dietitian here today talking with some of the students about calcium intakes and ways to improve their lifestyle. Hopefully, we learned a little bit about calcium intakes and what are good sources of calcium aside from just the usual things like dairy products. and learned also about lifestyle changes that can prevent future diseases such as diabetes and osteoporosis.
Thank you. This is truly an honor. First off, I would like to thank God for giving each of us faith every day to produce our shows. I would like to thank my family for giving me support and helping me through hard times. Thank you to all of the anchors for assigning myself and the other reporters the packages and helping us get out and film them. Digital editors, we wouldn't be anywhere without you. Miss Ederberg, you have always been there to help me through hard times and give me advice. Alex Garman, you have been a great executive producer. I would also like to thank Marissa, Diana, Jordan, and Jenna for being my friends and giving me courage to go on camera. A special thanks to Buccaneer Heaven for allowing me to come to their store and interview Bucks players. It was my pleasure to be a reporter for Lake Gibson Middle School this year. Okay.
Now we move on to Best High School Reporting. Okay, presenter. And while Cassandra is getting the certificate, ladies and gentlemen, here are the nominees for the Best High School Reporting.
Bartow, Kathleen, George Jenkins, Lake Gibson,
Can you step up to the...
Winter Haven, Lakeland.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Miss Cassandra Simmons of McKeel Academy Senior High to tell us who our best high school reporting was.
The winner is George Jenkins.
The El Nino season is underway in Florida. Local residents of the Lakeland Highlands area know that as well as anyone, with many local roads being closed due to flooding or sinkholes. One such area of flooding is at the corner of Lake Seward Drive and County Road 37B. 7 inches of rain on New Year's Eve flooded the community road and forced Vianne Shea from her home.
I never dreamed it would, accumulate that much water.
There's been flooding problems around Lake Seward Drive since 1998 that the county has never fixed. The problem has left many residents angry, but they feel confident this time things will change.
I appreciate the county acting when they acted, but it's really frustrating that it took the news media getting out here and a disaster before they took preventative action.
Now I'm really happy because it looks like I'm going to get help. I mean, the county's coming through, they're pumping the water, State Farm's coming through, they're going to totally go in and I'm going to have a house, a new house actually.
The problem is this. Many residents believe Polk County should be responsible for all flood and drainage problems. But County Commissioner Don Gifford says all flood damage on private property is entirely the private residents' responsibility, which has many homeowners on their last. Well, coming into this year, I had never done any reporting, but after I did my first and I got to like it, and I just went with it. And it was just a very educational experience this year. I met people from the mayor to flood victims, and it was thrilling to meet all those people and to be more involved in the community. And I would also like to thank our other reporters because they put together some outstanding packages that I was very impressed with this year. And it was just a wonderful group. And thank you very much.
I will tell you unabashedly that the reporting you saw from Cleveland Court Elementary School, from Lake Gibson Middle School, from George Jenkins High School, like a lot of the other reporting, it's as good as anything you'll see on network broadcast TV. So congratulations, all the reporting schools. Now we move on to the news set categories, and our schools are given the choice, several choices actually. They can go on location, and you'll see some news sets like that. They can film what's called a traditional news set in a TV studio, or they can film in front of what in the TV industry is called a blue or a green wall. It's called a chroma key effect. Now, before we introduce the nominees for Category 10, I have one more special guest to introduce to you. He is the Supervisor of School Technology Services, Mr. Bob McConnell. Bob, thank you. Would you like to welcome? Very good.
I just want to say how much I enjoy and appreciate being here tonight. You know, we work hard all year in our school technology department, and I watched David go through the day, the frustrations, trying to get the training done on time when the circuit breakers break and he has to run around looking for parts to keep things going, ordering parts through the system. But it makes it all worthwhile when we come here and we see the enthusiasm and the excitement on all of your faces. It really reminds us why we work as hard as we do. One thing I want to share with you, though, is throughout the year we've had 4 or 5 different groups come to our district to look at not only David's program but other programs. And in every case, they all leave saying one thing: this is absolutely a spectacular ITV program. I wish we had one like that. You've got a great guy here.
Okay, our presenter for Best News Sets at the elementary level is Mr. Aaron Joe of North Lakeland. And while Aaron's getting the certificate, let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School News Sets.
Cleveland Court, North Lakeland, Churchwell, Lime Street, Lothman Oaks,
and the winner is Lime Street Elementary.
Just hand that to somebody who comes up, okay?
News sets are always a fun thing to do, and I just really want to thank our WLSC news crew for all their creative suggestions, and especially Mrs. Arndt, a paraprofessional that works a lot with the news sets. Thank you very much.
Okay, our presenter for middle school news sets is Miss Nicole Burge of Sleepy Hill Middle. And while Nicole is getting the certificate with the winner's name in it, let's look at the nominees for Best Middle School News Sets.
Lakeland Highlands, Westwood, Southwest,
And the winner is Southwest Middle.
First of all, I'd like to thank God, my parents, all the people that were reporting. It was a lot of hard work. I'd like to thank the people that thought of the ideas and the places to go.
We'd like to thank the crew and also my parents, Miss Mila especially, and all the editors that edited all of our things.
And now, as we get ready to do high school news sets, I have yet another special guest on the stage. When he was about 10 or 11 years old, a young man came over to my office and said, "Mr. Yates, can I possibly intern with you and your student workers because I want to go into the TV field?" Until he was 16, of course, we could not pay him because the school board has a policy that doesn't allow us to pay student help until they're 16 years old. I think that same policy, what teachers have to be 36 before they're paid. Well, the nominee from Lakeland High School, ladies and gentlemen, for Student of the Year, I need to definitely show my appreciation to. Mr. Kessel, if you'll come over here, please. James Kessel, who is graduating. About half of the people in this room know James because he's been with us for so long. And James, we want to thank you for all your years, both before we were ever able to pay you and afterwards. Okay. And now, while James is getting the certificate that will announce who our winner of Best High School News Sets, let's meet the nominees.
Bartow, George Jenkins, Lake Gibson, Winter Haven, Auburndale.
And the winner is George Jenkins Sr.
We just want to thank everyone on the team for all your ideas and support, and
Mr. Jansen, and most definitely Matthew Gunter for his unique ideas and his inspiration for all of us. Thanks.
I like all the categories, but I've got to tell you, Category 8 is my personal favorite. It's the documentary. The reason I like the documentary category so much is that year after year, I see our students tackle subjects that are not the normal topics of conversation for adolescents. And I have such respect for them when they go outside their daily lives and look at issues within their schools, within their communities, and in some cases within the entire nation. So now we move to Category 8, which is documentary. And our presenter for the elementary level is Miss Astrid Mosmans of Loftman Oaks. And while Astrid is getting the certificate with the winner's name in it, let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School Documentary.
Berkeley Extreme Team. Highland City, Veterans Day. Cleveland Court, home means family. Spook Hill, going to Egypt.
And the winner is Cleveland Court.
Hand that to one of the Cleveland Court people who comes up, okay?
A home means family. Just think how many more doctors, scientists, nurses, and astronauts we would have if everyone had a home. Shelter is one of our basic needs, and that is the goal for Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit Christian organization whose goal is to eliminate poverty, housing, and homelessness. Habitat for Humanity was founded in 1976 by Millard Fuller, along with his wife Linda from Americus, Georgia.
All around the world, in a total of 3,700 different towns and communities in 83 countries, Habitat for Humanity is building and renovating and repairing houses so families with low income can have a decent place to live with a no-profit, no-interest mortgage, which makes it affordable to people who are low income.
Why did you start Habitat for Humanity?
We needed to change our lives and ask God to guide us into a life of helping people rather than just trying to help ourselves.
Mr. Fuller says everyone who gets sleepy at night should have a simple, decent place to lay their heads.
This is a very special award. I would like to thank Habitat for Humanity. They are always looking for volunteers. I would like to thank my parents and especially Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Hickman for all of their support as well. Thank you.
And as good as that documentary was, wait till you see the middle school documentary. Our presenter is Miss Joy Marie Harrison of Rochelle School of the Arts. And while Joy Marie is getting the certificate with a winner's name in it, let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School Documentary.
Lawton Childs, Behind the Swan's Look. Westwood, How Much Is Too Much. Jewett Academy, Childhood and Teen Obesity. Blake Gibson, Give Kids the World.
And the winner is Lake Gibson Middle.
For children with life-threatening illnesses, there are two very different worlds out there. The first world is full of hospitals, doctor visits, medical treatments, and hope for all people involved in them. But in Kissimmee, Florida, an organization provides an escape from that world. It's a second world where kids up to 18 years old can be lavished with love, laughter, and happiness.
In 1986, a caring man by the name of Henry Landworth set off on a mission. He established an organization called Give Kids the World. This is a village where terminally ill children can forget about their illnesses and have the best time of their lives.
More than just a place to stay, Give Kids the World offers families their own villa with complete accommodation, appliances, and even presents waiting. With a fanciful restaurant, hands-on activities, swimming pools, endless ice cream, and even cost-free tickets to Florida's best attractions, the Wish families can experience a vacation of a lifetime.
I'd like to give a special thank you to all the wonderful staff, volunteers, and families at Give Kids the World Village for allowing us to do this documentary. I would like to thank Ms. Sederberg for all her help and support, and my wonderful crew for all their dedication and hard work.
Wow, this is really an honor. We work the best we can, and it certainly seems like the hard work paid off. I would like to thank my parents, my friends, the whole TSZ News crew, and especially Mrs. Sederberg. She's the one who made sure everything was perfectly done. It was
She did a really good job. Thank you.
Okay, you can by now guess what I'm going to say, because as outstanding as that documentary was on Give Kids the World, and as outstanding as the elementary documentary from Cleveland Court on Habitat for Humanity is, you can imagine by now the level of competition for high school documentaries. Our presenter for high school documentary is Miss Elizabeth Hale of Lake Region High School. I see she's ahead of the game. She already has the envelope to tell you who the winner is. Well, let's meet the nominees for Best High School Documentary.
Winter Haven, X Effects. Bartow, Swansation.
Okay, you want to step in?
Lake Gibson, Wildlife on Easy Street. George Jenkins, Dreams. Mulberry, Haunted Mansion Project.
And the winner is Winter Haven Senior High.
Adventure in Orlando, Florida. Many of the people you see here today won't remember coming, and it really makes you wonder who could ever forget coming to a place like this. The reason a drug called ecstasy, it's been reported that over 6.4 million Americans 12 and older have used ecstasy. Ecstasy was originally patented in 1913 by the German chemical company Merck. It was supposedly to be used as a diet pill. However, the company decided against marketing the drug and had nothing to do with it. It has been said that the U.S. Army tested ecstasy, but there is no real evidence supporting this. The man who is responsible for the modern research of ecstasy is research chemist Alexander Shulgin. Shulgin felt that it was the perfect therapeutic drug and did many of the experiments on himself. The drug received massive media attention in 1985 when it was outlawed and placed on schedule.
My turn. I guess I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to my two friends that helped me the most, Amanda Jackson and Zach Shelby, because it was a team effort. We all worked on it really hard. And thanks to all the other people in the community that aren't here right now, but all the drug enforcement agents and everybody that helped. We learned a lot. It was a very educational experience, and don't do ecstasy.
Each of those documentaries was a Best in Show finalist, so we want to congratulate Cleveland Court, Lake Gibson Middle, and Winter Haven Senior on their 3 top-notch documentaries. We are only able to show you the briefest clip of all of these entries every year at the Video Awards ceremony, so I strongly encourage all the schools that are here, whether you entered or not, to tape the best of when we play them in their entirety next week. We start playing the ceremony right away, like I said, tomorrow morning. But beginning next week and for 2 consecutive weeks, we will play what we call the best of all these categories, and they will play in their entirety. We play all the elementary winners one day, all the middle school winners one day, and all the senior high winners one day, and then we repeat them. And you will see even better than I can tell you about the extraordinary excellence of all these productions. Also this year, for the first time ever, we are producing a best of DVD, which will go to all of the schools that participated in the Video Awards ceremony. So you'll be able to use that DVD as a great training tool. Now, before we move on to the next category, which is 7, one of the most fun for sure, computer graphics, I have yet another special guest to recognize. There are many of us in the district office who work behind the scenes. I have the chance more than many to go out and visit the teachers and the students in our schools and to work with them on productions. But many of the hardworking folks in Bartow never really get to see the results of all their efforts. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you the manager of the Electronic Equipment and Repair Service Department, Mr. Sid Lee, whose staff works tirelessly behind the scenes and has for many years now, and we need to thank him and his staff. Mr. Lee, would you come up on the stage, please? Sid, on behalf of a very grateful Polk County school system, thank you and your staff for your untiring service to the students and teachers of the Polk County schools.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can I say something? I just want to say that our staff is a very good support to the district, and we have a very well trained staff. But you know, it's really unique to see behind the scenes what really the production actually is. And we're so glad and so appreciative to be there to be able to be a support. Thank you, and you are doing such a tremendous job with your productions. Thank you.
Okay, now we move on to computer graphics, a category that gets better every single year as our teachers and students get more adept at using their computers. Our first presenter at the elementary school level is Miss Ashley McGahee of Lime Street Elementary School. And Ashley, if you'll get the envelope, let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School Computer Graphics.
Hillcrest, North Lakeland, Anna Woodbury, Berkeley, Spook Hill, Lewis.
And the winner is Spook Hill Elementary.
Somebody who comes up, okay?
The Spook Hill Live crew thanks you very much for this honor. We would also like to thank our crew leaders, Mrs. Waldrop, Mrs. Ernest, Mr. Mann, Mr. Harder, and Austin Hicks. Spook Hill is very lucky to have them. Thank you again.
This is a category where a lot of times the judges, they're looking and they go, all right, now tell me again, it wasn't a 22-year-old engineer who did these graphics. No, it was a third grader. It was a fourth grader. Now we move on to middle school computer graphics. Our presenter is Mr. Kelly McHugh of Lawton Childs Middle Academy. And while Kelly's getting the now famous envelope, let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School Computer Graphics.
Dundee Ridge, Jewett Academy, Lake Gibson, Southwest, Westwood, Bartow.
And the winner is Jewett Academy.
We're just really happy to win this award. We've worked really hard on them, and I'd like to thank the crew for helping me. And I would like to thank Mr. Yates, ITV, for providing the software and equipment to make these graphics possible. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we're ready now for the high school computer graphics. Wow. Okay, our presenter is Mr. Anthony Sassano of Lake Gibson High School. And while Anthony's getting the certificate, let's meet the nominees for Best High School Computer Graphics.
Bartow, Lake Gibson, George Jenkins.
And the winner is Bartow Sr.
First of all, we'll have to thank all the other schools that were in this category. It's a big honor to win this. I have to thank all of our graphics people, of course. We have Carl Kong, Chris, Sam. There's a bunch of people that do all of our graphics. Ryan. The one thing that you showed, the 2D, that was actually a 2D completely animated computer news show. So that's been a couple, 3 months. So that's Shanna that did that. It's a big thanks. One very big person that we owe this a lot to is, of course, Miss Whitson. Without Miss Whitson, YJP would definitely not be what it is. So we have a quick presentation of flowers for Miss Whitson. Thank you, Miss Whitson. And again, I'll just have to thank the whole crew for putting this all together, and thank you guys.
When you tape the best of the high school categories, you will see that graphics that Brant was talking about, where they did a news show. The graphics they did for their news show was in all cartoon characters. Like we were just again able to only show you a brief clip here, and it really was quite amazing. Okay, next we move on to our individual and our team categories. These are awards that are given to our best anchors. Category 6 is Anchor Team, and I see our presenters are ready to go. Our elementary presenter is Miss Haley Pauley of Lewis Elementary School. And while Haley is getting the envelope, let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School Announcing Team.
Anna Woodbury, Matthew Granger and Mason Nickerson. Lewis, Brittany Mansfield and Haley Pauley. Cleveland Court, Katie Ward and Jessica Eady. Berkeley, Hannah Koenig and Larissa Town. Eastside, Diana Paradis and April Miller. Churchwell, Emma Benke and Teresa Patlin. North Lakeland, Cody Joseph and Alexis Zimmerman.
And the winner is Cleveland Court Elementary.
Good morning, Cougars. I'm Jessie. Welcome to school. I'm Katie, and we have made it to Thursday. I love these 4-day weeks, don't you? It makes the week fly by. Here are your announcements, Cougars. I'm feeling nervous for them, and I'm not even competing. I think that's called sympathy pains, Jessie. Good luck, team. I wonder if our Cougar audience has helped Catherine out with her PB&J problem.
I'm just so happy. I'd like to thank everybody for all their support and help. I'd love to thank Miss Hickman and Miss Brown and all the tech crew, and especially my family and my friends at school. Last but not least, the rest of the WCN crew and my fellow anchor for helping me. Thank you.
Jesse? This is the first of the categories that there are actually trophy presentations, both of the anchor teams, both of the members of the anchor team, and that will be true of categories 5 and 4 as well. Okay, our middle school anchor team presenter is Quinn Nguyen of Lakeland Highlands Middle School. And now here are the nominees for Best Middle School Announcing Team.
Lake Gibson Middle, Alicia Belch and Rachel Sills. Lakeland Highland, Katie Leitner and Kelly Zabriskie. Lawton Childs, Philip Gonzalez and Elizabeth Morris. Southwest Middle, Anna Davis and Brittany Vinson.
And the winner is Lakeland Highlands Middle.
Good afternoon, Lakeland Highlands. Today is Thursday the 20th, 2003. I'm Kelly Zabriskie. And I'm Katie Leitner. And you're watching CBTV. As you can see behind me, there is all the orchestra stuff set up. There can only be one reason for that. There's an orchestra concert tonight at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. But you guys are faced with a tough decision today because there's also a skate party from 6 to 9 on Edgewood Drive. Admission is $3 and skate rentals are $1. But the orchestra concert is free. But at the skate party, you get pizza, fun, all your friends will be there, and great music. The orchestra concert has great music. Just go to the skate party. No, go to the orchestra. Skate. Orchestra. Skate. Orchestra. Skate. Orchestra. Skate. Orchestra. Just let them decide. So, do you have a crush on anyone? Maybe. Maybe you should get wristmates. What are wristmates? Well, let's go find out.
Throughout this year, we have learned a lot about editing, filming, and of course, anchoring.
We would like to thank all of the members of the CVTV team for making this possible for us.
And especially to Miss Farrell for choosing us to represent Lakeland Highlands as the best news anchor team.
We appreciate all of your hard work for this team, and thank you so much.
Okay, now we move on to Best High School Anchor Team. Our presenter is Mr. Hassani Harper of Kathleen High, and while Hassani is getting the envelope, let's meet the nominees for Best High School Announcing Team.
Bartow, Jody Bennett, and Jacqueline Bambridge. George Jenkins, Heather Pierce, and Heather Smith. Mulberry, Ashley Albritton and Stacy Barrett. Lake Gibson, Ryan Weshlands and Olivia DeArmond. Lakeland, Reese Miller and J.P. Cahalan. Winter Haven, Chris Jesse and Ben Futch.
And the winner is Lake Gibson Sr.
Good morning, LG. I'm Olivia, and this is
Crocodile Hunter Lenny. G'day, mates.
Are there any cat lovers out there?
Well, if you are a cat lover, we have some wonderful questions to test your knowledge. Something that we like to call cat facts.
Cat facts?
Yeah, cat facts.
No, cat facts.
Oh, like the machine.
Anyways, we're going to be asking you...
Blimey, mate, look at that. Huh? Come on, dearest, let's go. Wow. Folks, what we're looking at here are baby cougars.
Oh, they're so cute.
Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? Now, something that you should know about the baby cougar is that like most of the feline species, when they're born, they usually spend a period of time with their mother for, learning how to hunt and survive on their own in the wild. Thank you. God has blessed me and Olivia in many ways this year, and one of those ways was being able to work with such a wonderful crew. We have many thanks, and one of those is to our EP, Anthony Sassano, to Ashley Westfall, who is our freshman leader, and to Andy Gash, our wonderful graphics guy, and to everybody else. We'd also like to thank our parents, they've had to put up with us taking off weekends to come down and do a lot of work and stuff like that. And without a good news teacher, you can't have a good news team. And Ms. McNabb, I've worked with many news teachers, and you are by far the best. You've given us an opportunity to express our creativity, and that is something that no other teacher can do, and I thank you for that. And so thank you, God bless, and good night.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'd like to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity. I'd like to thank my mom and dad, and last but not least, Ms. McNabb. Thank you.
Now we move on to the two categories that honor individual achievement, and I would like to call up onto the stage two of our judges, and they're also the sponsors for these two categories. From SPI Sales in Fort Lauderdale, Miss Peggy Schwartz and Miss Olivia Valdez. And if you ladies would kindly join us and assist in the presentation of awards, we, on behalf of all of the students here in the Polk County Schools, we want to thank you for making the 4-hour trip up to honor us, not only with your help, with your prizes, but tonight with your presence as well. And now let's meet the nominees for Best Female Solo Announcer.
Lewis, Brittany Mansfield. North Lakeland, Alexis Zimmerman. Berkeley, Sarah Castro. Cleveland Court, Katie Ward. Churchwell, Brooklyn Atwell. Anna Woodbury, Christina Pickens.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. You ready? Our presenter for Category 5, Sarah Bollock of Kathleen Elementary School. Okay, Sarah, who is our best elementary school female announcer?
The winner is Alexis Zimmerman.
Howdy! Minnie Pearl here. Y'all like my hat? I got it for $1.14 down at the Juniper Holler Flea Market. What a bargain. I heard some luscious gossip about some of you North Lakeland students. 3 of you to be exact. Y'all got a birthday today.
The first thing I'm going to do today on our fun show is act like my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Doobie. But I'll need a little help. Come on out, Dylan. Now I'm no longer Alexis. I'm Mrs. Doobie. Good morning, my little munchkins. Today I'm going to give you a surprise math quiz. Here it goes. 12 times 12. What is it? I know you know it. We've gone over it 1,000 times. So what is it? What is it, I say? I know you guys know it. Come on, tell me. What is it? Come on. You still haven't guessed it? Well, I might as well give you the answer then. It's 144. We've gone over it a million zillion times. I want to thank my mom and dad for getting me to the studio early in the morning. And I want to thank the rest of the crew for not falling down laughing at me when I did some of those clips. And I'd like to thank Mr. Robertson for directing us so well.
I'd like to thank Alexis for coming so much and doing such a wonderful job. Thanks.
Ms. Elise Valdez and Ms. Peggy Schwartz will now present Alexis with her digital camera. Alexis? Again, SPI Sales, thank you so much for making the trip to honor us and for presenting the awards and helping us with the judging earlier. Now we move on to middle school top female announcer, our presenter, Mr. Daniel Harris of Lake Gibson Middle. Daniel has his fan club out there. And now let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School Female Announcer.
Lakeland Highlands, Kayla Grimsley. Discovery Academy of Lake Alfred, Amanda Castro. Lake Gibson Middle, Diana Chen. Rochelle School of the Arts, Sarah Toy. Southwest Middle, Anna Davis.
And the winner is Lakeland Highlands Middle.
Good afternoon, Lakeland Highlands. It's February 14th, Valentine's Day, the day of love, and you're watching CBTV. The all-school skate party is coming soon. It's February 20th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Lakeland Skate Center. Our Papa John's fundraisers tonight, here's more. You'll want to support our school, so go out and buy a pizza tonight. We close today with two things you've been waiting for: trivia winners and American Idol. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First, I'd like to thank Miss Farrell. If it wasn't for her, I could not have this award in my hand right now. I'd like to thank my tech crew for putting up with all my takes. Thank you. And the rest of the CVTV crew, thank you and God bless you. This is such an honor, so thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Kayla, of course, is now getting her trophy from the school board and her digital camera from SPI Sales. And now we'll honor our best high school female announcer. The presenter is Mr. Jason Bent of George Jenkins High. And here are the nominees for Best High School Female Anchor.
Bartow, Jenny Lapnawan. Kathleen Jackie Murphy. George Jenkins, Allison Parker. Lakeland Senior, Lauren Murphy. Lake Gibson High, Ashley Westfall. Mulberry, Janice Patterson. Winter Haven, Lauren McRae.
And the winner is Kathleen Senior.
Most people love to drive cars, but not many people know how to fix them. Skilled technicians are essential for the 21st century. All freshmen and sophomores who think that you might be interested in becoming an automobile technician, pay close attention to this video to find out if this program's for you. AYES is at least a 4-term program that will give you experience in the part of the vehicle that you wish to pursue, such as brakes, suspension, electrical, and engines. This is an opportunity to identify job skills that will provide a job at a dealership while you're still in high school, and then the possibility to have the dealership that you work at to pay for your college if you stick with it. So if you
I'd like to accept this award tonight for Jackie. She was something that has come up very serious, and she's not able to be here tonight because I know she planned on it. She worked very hard all year and last year, and as you can see, she's just a natural talent. She knows how to speak and speak very well, and she works very hard and does a good job. Thank you.
Okay, now it's the guys' turn. We do our Category 4 now, male solo announcer. Our presenter is from Gibbon Street Elementary. Is this Brian coming up here? There he comes. Okay, Brian, if you'll get the envelope from the school board and the superintendent, we'll meet the nominees for Best Elementary School Male Announcer.
Lewis, Trey Roden, Anna Woodbury, Matthew Granger, North Lakeland, Cody Joseph.
And the winner is Lewis Elementary.
I love your suit. Woo.
Good morning, Lost Lines. I'm Trevor Roden for another health tip. Do you run out of energy before the end of the day? Do you get the shakes? Do you feel weak? If so, I've got the cure. See Mrs. New for an airhead today. They are only 25 cents, and they are delicious. Until next time, I'm Trevor Roden, reporting for Spotlight. Hello, are you Lewis Lions? Welcome to my office. I'm Professor Selleck, and I'm here to give you a tip on the FCAT test you'll be taking in a couple of months. My tip of the day.
I would like to thank my parents, my family for all their support. I would like to thank the Lord for all He's done. I would like to thank Miss Gibson, Miss New, and Miss Carrier for what they taught me. And I would like to thank my teachers for what they taught me. Thank you.
If you're new to Video Awards, Lewis stops at 3rd grade. So is he moving on already to bigger and better things down the road? All right, congratulations. Now we'll meet our middle school top male announcer. Our presenter is Miss Shayla Williams of Jewett Academy. And while Shayla's getting the envelope, let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School Male Announcer.
Churchwell, Identical Twins. North Lakeland, America to Me. Berkeley, Interjections.
That's all right. They went to music video, so they'll get it. Okay, we'll roll back. I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm so proud about a lot of things associated with the Video Awards, But one of the things I'm absolutely the most proud about is the fact that this entire production is done by students. They are students from our schools. They are currently in our TV production classes or they're recently graduated. And while they re-cue the computer, please show our entire crew behind the curtains and out in the sound pit how much you appreciate the tremendous job they've done. And now, gentlemen, are we waiting for the cue here? Here we go.
Lake Gibson, Taylor Wren. Rochelle, Aaron Cave. Bartow, Matt Davis.
And the winner is Bartow's Middle's Matt Davis.
Two, three, 3,000, 3,001, 3,002.
Oh, hey BMS, I'm Matt, and I'm doing pull-ups. Yeah, 3,000 pull-ups. You can't do that, can you? And no, I'm not straining. You don't know what straining means, do you? Straining means to put pressure on one's strength. And it's not straining these muscles because look at them bad boys. Look at them bad boys. Ugh. So, I gotta get back to doing my pull-ups because I gotta work out for the BMTV-a-thon. I'm Matt. See you later.
First off, I would like to thank the Lord for letting me be here and helping me win this award. I would like to thank my parents for letting me go stay after school and all that good stuff. I'd like to thank the news crew for all their good help and all that good stuff, and Miss O'Neill for letting me be a part of this great news crew, and that's all I got to say.
Okay, Matt will now get his trophy from Mr. McConnell and his digital camera again from SPI Sales. Matt does pull-ups the way I do pull-ups, so I could identify with that. Stand on a chair and suddenly change the number. All right, let's meet our best high school male announcer. Our presenter is Mr. Jimmy Lapnawan of Bartow High. And here are the nominees for Best High School Male Announcer.
Bartow, Carl Kong. George Jenkins, Kelly Tibbs. Lake Region, David Faris. Lakeland, Josh Scott.
And the winner is Lakeland Senior Josh Scott.
It's tax season at LHS. Most students are entitled to all or most of any federal income taxes deducted during the 2002 calendar year. By now, you should have received your W-2 form from each employer for the past year, but don't forget some of you may have had more than one job, hence more than one W-2 form. You can use the W-2 forms to fill out the 1040 Easy, which you can pick up from the public library or online at www.irs.gov. It's your money, so don't let the government keep it from you. The deadline to file is April 15th, and filing your taxes this year is easier than ever, so don't go and pay somebody $45 to get $25 back. And here's something for you teachers. Don't forget that you don't have to itemize to get your $250 educator tax credit. You can also deduct up to $2,500 interest on eligible student loans. I'm Josh. Okay. I'd like to thank Miss Baker, of course, because, of course, I wouldn't be standing up here without her. She's put in a lot of help to help me out, get all my entries in, everything like that. I'd like to thank Kim DiFilippo, too. She was doing the camera work on practically everything that I entered in. And I'd also like to thank everyone in the LHS TV production department. Thank you.
Okay, Josh, you'll get your trophy now from Superintendent Thornhill, and of course, your digital camera from SPI Sales. For a lot of people, this is the most fun of all the music categories, Category 3, music video. Our elementary school, here they come. It's kind of fun to watch. I like the groups that come up behind the screen. You can see the shadows moving across the... All right, our presenter for the elementary school music video is Miss Katie Ward of Cleveland Court. Katie's already, boy, she's moving fast. And now let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School Music Video.
Churchwell, Identical Twins. North Lakeland, America to Me. Berkeley, Interjections. Oscar J. Pope, Matthew, My Superman.
And the winner is North Lakeland Elementary.
When I think about America, I think of so many things. It's my country, the United States, and it means so much to me. Green, green forests, having nice schools, voting for the president, red, white, and blue. Playing in my neighborhood, believing in dreams. America, land that I love, my country, the United States, under one shining sun. So many different people together proud.
I would like to thank Mr. Robertson for helping me become a better anchor so I could achieve this achievement. I'd like to thank my grandpa and my dad for bringing me here so early in the morning and letting me spend extra time so I could complete all this. And God bless you.
I'd like to thank all the teachers at North Lakeland, especially Mrs. Wilson and Mrs. Rawdow. They couldn't be here tonight, but they had a big hand in this video, and we worked very hard, and we'd like to thank all the teachers at North Lakeland for allowing us to use their extra students. Thank you.
Now we move on to middle school music video. Our presenter, Mr. Elgin Perez of Dundee Ridge Middle School. Elgin has the envelope. Let's meet the nominees for Best Music Video at the middle school.
Lake Gibson, The Youth of the Nation. Westwood, Breath. Lakeland Highlands, Sadie Hawkins Dance. Rochelle, Music Through the Ages. Lawton Childs, A Hard Day's Night.
And the winner is? Wait, should I tell you? Should I tell them? Do you really want to know? Fine. Lawton Childs Middle Academy.
All right, just get that to somebody who comes up.
Okay.
Where are they? The show's almost started. Where are they? There, phone. Where are you guys?
Yeah, we're here at the school.
Get over here.
Oh yeah, we're on the way there. But I mean, our fans they just keep mobbing us, and they ask for autographs and lots of hair. It's been crazy. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, that's not my problem.
All right, well we're on our way to the gym right now.
How about this? If you don't get here in 5 minutes, you're not getting paid.
Well, I just want to tell you something. This has been a hard day's night.
First off, I'd like to give a shout out to George Jenkins High School for loaning us the band, the Granny's All-Stars. I would also like to thank Mr. Young, Ms. Campbell, the whole KTV crew for helping us win this award. Thank you.
And now we'll look at our best high school music video. One of the most competitive of all the categories because music is such a big part of our culture. Our presenter for high school music video is Mr. Darren Goodrich of Auburndale High. Hello, Darren. And now let's meet the nominees for Best High School Music Video.
Mulberry, Travelin' Soldier. Bartow, Devoted. Lake Region, Driving. George Jenkins, Remember September 11th. Lake Gibson, Forever.
And the winner is Mulberry.
Past 18, he was waiting for the bus in his army green. Sat down in a booth in a cafe there. Gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. He's a little shy, so she gave him a smile. And he said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me? I'm feeling a little low. She said, I'm off in an hour and I know where we can go. So they went down and they sat on the pier. He said, I bet you got a boyfriend, but I don't care. I got no one to send a letter to. Would you mind if I sent one back here to you? I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter said a soldier's coming home. So the letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he told her of his heart. It might be love and all of the things he was so scared of. He said, when it's getting kind of rough over here, I think of that day sitting down at the pier, and I close my eyes and see your pretty smile. Don't worry, but I won't be able to write for a while. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter said the soldier's coming home. One Friday night at a football game, the Lord's Prayer said and the anthem sang. A man said, folks, would you bow your heads for a list of local Vietnam dead? Crying all alone under the stands was a piccolo player in the marching band, and one named Red, and nobody really cared. But a pretty little girl with a bow in her hair. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young for him. They told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter said the soldier's coming home.
Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, actually. No, I keep talking, but no. But, I don't know. Worked hard. But we work hard, and I'd like to thank my director, Mr. Ward, main person behind this whole thing. very good, worked hard, spent a lot of afternoons of endless ridicule on me, being made fun of all this stuff, yes. But, like, that's basically it.
Last year, we were fortunate enough to win music video with Thriller, and I got to tell you, I really didn't think we could do any better than Thriller. And Traveling Soldier came along, and the kids worked really hard, and you'll get to see the whole thing, hopefully, and you saw almost all of it right there anyway. But it's a great story, and that makes for good video. We were excited about it, and we all felt good about it, and then the Dixie Chicks had to go and open their mouths. But either way, it's a great story, and I appreciate it, and we are honored. It's a strong category. All the schools do so well in music video, and it's one that we feel really, really special about winning, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I told you both in reporting and in documentaries that what we saw in those categories are as good as anything you'll see on network TV, and that certainly applies to that music video. We are a musical culture, and between MTV and Country Music TV and BETV and just the use of music in general, it's become quite an art form that you can also tell a story with. And I told the team when they were up here that the reaction, your reaction, was exactly the reaction everywhere when this video was shown. A deafening silence during the course of the video, and then an eruption. So again, thank you, Mulberry. We're all very proud of the way you represented the Polk County Schools with your music video. And that, of course, is a nominee for Best in Show. Now we move on to category 2, which should be very popular in our culture because, after all, it's commercials. And I've heard seen estimates that over the course of our lives, we'll see upwards of 1 million commercials on television, and now you can't even go to a movie theater where there aren't commercials. Now, before we do honor our best commercials at the elementary, the middle, and the high school level, I want to honor another very special person here tonight. One of the sad things about being an educator is that you must say goodbye. And I know that every single teacher and media specialist in this room knows exactly what I'm feeling right now when you have to say goodbye to one of your best. You feel great love and joy in your hearts knowing you've touched somebody's life and that they go on, but it also breaks your heart to see them leave. Well, for the last 2.5 years, anybody who's called the ITV office, especially regarding any of our training, has spoken to Miss Amber Kudrin. Amber will be leaving us. She, like all our other students, cannot stay around and must move on to her own career, which is in the medical field. And Amber, on behalf of all of the teachers and students who you've talked to, and on behalf of all of the instructional television staff, we want to say thank you and God bless you very much for all your help. And now we move on to our best elementary school commercial. Our presenter, Miss Hannah Vaughn of Carlton Palmore. I see Hannah's got the envelope. So let's meet the nominees for best elementary school commercial.
Lime Street, Memories. North Lakeland, Smooch a Lollipop. Anna Woodbury, the F-Cat Zone. Lewis, have you had an airhead? Cleveland Court. Donuts for Dads.
And the winner is Anna Woodbury Elementary.
Like Johnny. He's popular, athletic, intelligent.
He makes good grades at school and home runs on the ball field. But today, something has gone awry. Last night, Johnny stayed up too late watching a movie on television. He forgot to set his clock, so he overslept. Johnny didn't have time to eat a healthy breakfast. He just grabbed a donut on the way out the door. Missing the school bus, he had to run to school. He had that donut dust on his chin. As he enters the classroom, he finds his peers already seated and ready for the test. They're calm. Johnny's a nervous wreck. He feels confused and disoriented. Johnny looks up in fright. He's just entered the FCAT zone.
I'm just really surprised that we won. I'm just really happy, and took a couple of our, it took a lot of our crew to get that movie done. I'd like to thank Jared too. He wasn't able to be here for this category, but I'm glad he was one of our people in it. But I'd just like to thank Miss Croy, and I'd like to thank the entire Awesome News Network crew.
Oh gosh, the FCAT zone, right? Could we all identify with the commercial that was? All right, now we move on to middle school commercial. Our presenter is Andrea McClary of Discovery Academy of Lake Alfred. And let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School Commercial.
Lake Gibson, Can You Hear Me Now? Union Academy, Priceless. Jewett Academy, Tips for FCAT. Lawton Childs, Should Have Been There.
And the winner is Jewett Academy.
Hi, I'm FCAT. I have some good tips for you. Eat a good breakfast. Get a good night rest. Wear something comfortable. Be positive. Relax. And last but not least, don't freak out!
I'd like to thank Miss Fowler for all her help and ideas, and for the JMTV crew for supporting the ideas, and everybody else, thank you.
Well, you can imagine the judges lost it when that commercial played because it's proceeding so calmly. You know, the cat's very sedate. I have tips for you. And like I said, we've all been there and done that with the FCAT, right? Okay, now let's honor our best high school commercial. And our presenter is Miss Christina Pickens of Anna Woodbury. Christina has the envelope. Let's meet the nominees for Best High School Commercial.
Mulberry, Video is Power. Lake Gibson, Book a Derm. McKeel Academy, Yearbook. Frostproof, Do the Moo. Winter Haven, Hey, I Raised My GPA. Kathleen, Canned Food Drive. Bartow, Most Eligible Bachelor. Lakeland, Naughty Sauce.
And the winner is Frostproof Senior High.
What's up, man? Got my mood. Oh no.
I will dedicate and sacrifice my everything for just a second's worth of my story's ending. And I wish I could know if the directions that I take and all the choices that I make won't end up all for nothing. Show me what it's for. Make me understand it. I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer. Is there something more than what I've been handed? I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer. Help me carry on. Surely it's
Howdy. Oh man, I've never won anything before. I want to thank Billy. It's me and him together made this commercial possible. Took us like 2 days to make it. And wow, that's all I have to say.
I just want to say real quickly, thank you. This is my last award ceremony. I'm really glad to be up here, and I have a lot of people to thank. And I thank certainly my principal, David Lewis, has been very supportive to us here. And there are so many great teachers that have helped me, and certainly David Yates has been wonderful to me. Just thank all of you.
Let me explain. Mr. Dinsmore, whom everyone who's ever taken one of our workshops, especially Photoshop and Illustrator and Adobe Premiere and After Effects, and I can go on, has learned from this man. Mr. Dinsmore is going to Atlanta. He will be starting television production at a county just outside the Atlanta area. And perhaps someday down the road, we'll take on the county you're going to do, and we'll challenge you to a little video production duel. We all want to thank Mr. Dinsmore very much. And so, James, on behalf of your many years of service to the television production students and the teachers of the Polk County Schools, thank you very much. God bless and good luck, James Dinsmore. Okay, we did the moo, and we had very, very good tips for the FCAT. And now we move on to what we call the Big Daddy of all the categories. That's because all of our schools do news shows all the time. It's the #1 use of the TV production system and the TV production crew in the school. These schools, the best in their categories, not only, of course, get their certificates, but we do have trophies for them as well, which we will be presenting to them. This is obviously quite an honor. It is a very highly contested honor. Like I said, almost every school in our system does a news show. Now, our elementary school presenter is Casey Jones of Blake Elementary School. And let's meet the nominees for Best Elementary School News Show.
Churchwell, North Lakeland, Lewis, Spook Hill, Cleveland Court, Oscar J. Pope, Blake, Berkeley,
With so many elementary schools, we do allow ties in this category. We have 3 champions this year. Who is our first elementary new show champion?
And the winner is North Lakeland Elementary.
North Lakeland Elementary School in Lakeland, Florida. I'm Cousin Cody.
And I'm Cousin Kat.
And we'll be your hosts today.
Hey, Jacob.
Howdy, Dylan.
What is a skunk have that no other animal has?
What do they have?
Baby skunks.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Robertson for helping us strive through making, what's it again? The best daily news show. I don't know.
I'd like to thank all the teachers at North Lakeland for helping me and all of our students here, especially Mrs. Booth with our news sets, and Mrs. Rawdow and a bunch of other teachers, and Miss Simmons especially for being there with me all year. Thanks.
All right, Casey, who was our second elementary school news show champion?
And the winner is Cleveland Court Elementary.
Good morning, Cougars. I'm Katie.
Welcome to school. I'm Jessie. Guess what day it is?
I know.
It's the last test day.
If you have ever been to downtown Lakeland, then you know it's famous for its ducks, geese, lakes, and swans. Good morning, Cougars. I'm Catherine. No, you won't see this swan in the water. This swan is part of a project called Swan Station. Let's find out more. This month is Music in Our Schools Month.
That's right. And people all over the world will be singing in the world's largest concert on March 13th at 1 p.m.
It will air on Channel 3, WEDU.
Connect with music. What a great idea.
I hear the lunchroom doors.
This is such a great honor to win this award. WCNN works really hard on their shows every day. I want to thank the crew for always being there right at 7:15 sharp to be ready to tape, Miss Hickman for writing our wonderful scripts, Miss Brown for editing it and helping it just be great, and the tech crew for putting all this stuff into the show and everything, and of course the WCNN crew for being ready to substitute anchor and just being able to anchor great. Thank you.
We are so thankful. Thank you so much. And these words are coming from my cohort. Get up here. Get up here. Thank you for this honor. We are very proud of our kids. It's all about them and their talent, their creativity, their commitment to show up every day bright and early, ready to go, ready to learn. Thanks to our parents, our teachers, and our very supportive administration. Thank you all.
All right, Casey, our third elementary news show champion.
And the winner is Berkeley Elementary.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bill. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half man, the other half cat. While as I make but sweet ass soda pop, I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Howdy, partners. I'm Farmer Girl Sarah Castro. Today's date is February 7th, 2003. I hope you saw your smiley faces in the intro. Now, why don't you buckaroos stand up and say the pledge with me, which will be led by Taylor Cochran.
I would just like to accept this award on behalf of Berkeley Elementary, and I'd like to thank all the students that watch our news show every morning, and the crew, because without them we wouldn't have a news show, and the parents for allowing their children to stay after every Monday through Thursday to do the show. Thank you.
This was a very scary year for me. I took over an award-winning news show that in our third year of an existence, we won Best Daily News Show for 2 years. And so I had a hard act to follow, and I could not have done it without the help of Miss Young, who is absolutely a detrimental part of our news program, the parents. I had a couple teachers, Miss Thomas, that helped cover my class so I could get the entries ready to turn in. And of course, I call the ITV office on a weekly basis. So I want to thank them.
Okay, from elementary news show, we go to middle school news show. Our presenter, Mr. Joshua Wood of Blake Middle Academy. And now let's meet the nominees for Best Middle School News Show.
Westwood, Discovery Academy of Lake Alfred, Lawton Childs Academy, Lake Gibson, Southwest, Bartow, Lakeland Highlands, Rochelle School of the Arts, Jewett Academy.
This year, for the first time in many years, we have a single news show champion at the middle school level. Ready?
The winner for the news, for the middle news, is Lake Gibson Middle School.
them when they come up, all right?
Hey Lake Gibson, you're watching the Shark Zone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Chelsea. We're coming at you from the Teen Rock Fest here at Hunt Fountain Park, where a bunch of teen bands are performing.
But there's more in store, so stay tuned for today's edition of the Shark Zone. A little while ago, you might have gotten a purple flyer talking about the 2003 Teen Rock Fest. Well, TSZ News is here to get the scoop, so let's go take a look around.
I've been playing in a band for about 2 years. I've been singing for quite a while more than that. I think it's important to go to rock fests because it kind of reaches out to students and shows them some music and some live rock.
This is the 5th Rock Fest that Polk County Parks and Recreation has held. It's the first time we've been up here in North Lakeland at Hunt Fountain. Our other 2 locations have been Christina in South Lakeland and Lake Ship Park in Winter Haven.
Did you know that crash accidents is the leading cause of death for teens 15 to 19? In 1999, there were 6,000 teen deaths and over 2 million crash accidents involving teenagers. 1 out of every 3 teens have a crash accident their first year of driving. The crash rate of 16-year-olds is 3 times that of 17-year-olds.
Receiving this award is such an honor. First, I want to thank everybody behind me who puts up with me every day and puts so much work into our shows. I want to thank my parents, my friends, and Miss Sederberg for putting so much of her time and effort into the video program. Thank you.
I just want to thank our administration for allowing us to do whatever we need to do. I want to thank our parents who are very supportive, and we could not do this without you. And I want to thank everybody up here on this stage. They had to put up with a very pregnant, very miserable teacher this entire year, and they did a great job doing that. So thanks, guys. You're the best.
Okay, now let's honor our best high school news show. Our presenter is Miss Danielle Baker of Bartow Middle School. Danielle has the envelope. Let's meet the nominees for Best High School News Show.
George Jenkins, Lakeland Senior. Kathleen Senior. Bartow. Winter Haven. Lake Gibson. Mulberry.
Just like elementary, we have 3 high school champions. Okay, Danielle, who's our first?
And the winner is George Jenkins Sr.
February 18th, 2003. I'm Heather Smith. And I'm Heather Pierce. We have an awesome show for you guys today, including information on how you can get your grades online, and also a preview to the sports coming up this season, and a lot more. So keep your channel locked, because this is you. This past weekend was very busy for Eagle sports.
That's right. Boys baseball dominated South Lake 8-2 in their preseason classic. They were led by pitcher Matt Fuchs, who pitched 5 scoreless innings for the win. Varsity ice hockey completed their regular season in style, defeating Bloomingdale High with a score of 4-3. Mike Travis led the team with 3 of the 4 goals. The Eagles are seeded number 1 heading into the playoffs.
Also, it looks like the spring season is going to be very busy for Eagle sports.
Let's go to several coaches to see how they think the season will turn out. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed our show.
We'll see you guys right back here at the same time tomorrow.
Bye.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this time.
Well, for quite a few years, this has been a huge goal of mine and a few others, including Caleb here. And we had a very young crew, but a very, very talented crew this year. And we are just thrilled with this, and hopefully we'll be back again next year.
I would just like to especially thank everybody that's standing behind here. Even though we're up here accepting the award, this wouldn't be possible with just one or two people. And it took everybody that's behind me here hard work all year, and it also took people who couldn't make it tonight. Thank you.
I just think it's important to thank our principal, Mr. Thomas, and our assistant principals, Mr. Farinas and Mrs. Nicolodi, or else we would not be up here. Also, I'd like to thank all the teachers at our school who help us during the school day and allow us to take students out to tape and to interview. And without those people, we would not be up here either. And to my crew, thank you very much. They're great. I love them.
Okay, Danielle, back to work, who was our second high school news show champion.
Bartow Senior High School.
Jackets, I'm Jenny Latnawan here with Jody Bennett, hitting up the hottest night spots in Orlando.
We sure are, Jenny, and the anticipation has been building all this week for BHS students as they prepare for the biggest event of their night lives, Homecoming 2002.
That's right. Hey, speaking of homecoming, are you planning on going, Jody?
Oh, of course I am, Jenny, and I can't wait to dance the night away.
That's great. Well, Jackets, stay tuned for the latest on club news, Jacket sports, and the exciting BHS nightlife, all on today's edition of the award-winning YJP News. Good job, Kate. Seniors, listen up for this important scholarship information. The Coca-Cola Scholars Foundation is awarding up to $20,000 to eligible seniors who are selected to be recipients. Students with a 3.0 GPA or above can apply at any time before October 31st. Applications are located on the bulletin board next to the Student Services in the Summerlin building. Also, seniors, be sure to look at the schedule for senior conferences, which is located in guidance. Every senior is required to attend a conference with at least one parent or guardian. It's important to be prepared for the conference as several...
Wow. First of all, I would like to congratulate the two other schools with whom we share this honor. And I'd like to thank the dedicated YJP staff who, without them, we wouldn't be able to receive this award. For our producers, our editors, our technical directors, everybody who got involved and helped put our show together. And for our administration, for Mr. Pritchard, who's here with us tonight, and for Dr. Vetter, with whom he's not here with us, but... And for our, more importantly, Ms. Whitson, who, without her help and her dedication and her support, Bartow wouldn't have this awesome Yellow Jacket production.
I just need to second what Jimmy's been saying. We have to thank the crew of YJP, especially all the producers that have put in countless hours, and Miss Whitson, of course, because without her, of course, YJP isn't possible. And I have to say thank you to my parents for letting me stay until like 10 o'clock at night to edit those news shows, wherever you guys are. Thank you. Thank my parents. And Carl's parents and all the producer parents, all the parents of YJP. Just thanks, guys.
I think that's 6 in a row. Is that right, Ms. Whitson? 6 years in a row. They have either won outright or shared the championship at the high school level. That's amazing when you have as many good high schools doing TV production as we do. Okay, Danielle, we had one more high school champion. You've seen the quality of George Jenkins and that of Bartow High. Who's on that same level?
And the winner is Lake Gibson Senior.
Put on reading this year, it's no wonder that teachers are eager to learn how they can better prepare us for the FCAT. I'm here to
Kmart, doing the number one thing that shoppers like to do during Christmas time. Shopping!
Don't blink. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Westbach.
And I'm Lenny Walshans. Let's go ahead and move into our top story, which involves Ashley. So, tell me a little bit about this interesting thing you've been researching lately.
Actually, it's a unique program called Teen Court, where teenagers can actually volunteer and they actually get to work in a courtroom to see what it's like. Imagine someone under the age of 18 committing a crime and facing a group of their peers for their punishment rather than the criminal system. This is exactly what happens in a unique program called Teen Court. Those behind it feel that if a young adult commits a crime, they are less likely to become a repeat offender if their sentence is
Well, first off, I have to thank the crew, of course. Without them, this would not have been possible. Mr. Ralph Gilchrist and Ms. Debbie Donahue, our principal and assistant principals, for putting up with us throughout the year. Our director, Ms. McNabb, for also putting up us without the year and pushing us to be more than we are. Our parents for letting us put endless hours into this production to make it the best that is possible. And
I just want to add that this year especially, we have a very young crew. So I really want to single out, we have 4 very special seniors that are very dear to our heart. There's Tim Weber, who's not able to be here tonight, Dominic Burkett, our associate producer, Ryan Borneman, and our executive producer, Anthony Sassano. So we're going to lose them next year. So I just want to say that on behalf of me and like everybody else who's going to be around next year, we're really going to miss you.
There are just so many people to thank in so little time, but to all of you, and you know who you are, thank you. And also thank you for all, a thanks goes out to the people that are fighting the war in Iraq for letting us be what we are, the home of the free.
And now, before we present our most prestigious individual honors, the Students of the Year, James, if you can bring the house lights back up, we have some teachers that we want to recognize. The School Technology Services Department in our school system has undertaken a massive training program. As the school board and the superintendent know, it does no good to put electronic equipment in any schools unless your staff is trained to use it. I think you've seen on our screens tonight exactly how our folks are using this technology. Well, tonight we want to honor the following teachers. If they will stand where they are, please. These teachers have achieved certification in television production. After the ceremony, we will present you when you come up front to get your other trophies and certificates and the souvenir programs that we have available. We also have a certificate for you and a rose because we feel a special, those of us in School Technology Services feel a special sense of gratitude to you. Remember that all the instructional television workshops take place at night and they take place on the weekends, and they are a testament to the dedication of our professionals. Achieving the Tech 1 status, beginning certification in TV production, please stand Miss Patty Belch of Churchwell Elementary School, Miss Cheryl Dale of Churchwell Elementary School, Mr. Thomas Young of Lawton Childs Middle Academy, Miss Carol Sir of Auburndale High, and Miss Barbara Waldrop of Spook Hill Elementary School. Achieving the level of Tech 2 Intermediate Television Production from Lewis Elementary School, Miss Sherry New. From Lewis Elementary, Miss Wilma Gibson. From Westwood Middle School, Miss Terry Lang. From Dundee Ridge Middle, Miss Joyce Kirby. From Rochelle School of the Arts, Miss Connie Lanier. From Lakeland Highlands Middle, Miss Jeanette Farrell. And from Southwest Middle, Miss Kristen Mila. And now, achieving the level of Tech 3, Advanced Certification in TV Production, and you've seen a lot of their work on our screens. From Frostproof Middle Senior High School, Mr. James Dinsmore. From George Jenkins High School, Mr. Rick Jansen. From Kathleen High School, Miss Linda Privet. From Lake Gibson High, Miss Laura McNabb. From Winter Haven Senior, Miss Pam Mizell. From Lakeland High, Miss Pam Baker. From Bartow Senior, Melissa Whitson. From Lake Gibson Middle, Wendy Setterberg. From Jewett Academy, Bonnie Fowler. From North Lakeland Elementary, Michael Robertson. From Blake Academy, Mr. Thomas Cabe. From Cleveland Court Elementary, Miss Merrill Brown. From Cleveland Court, Miss Lee Ann Hickman. And from Mulberry Senior, Mr. Darrell Ward. Congratulations, all of our teachers who spend so many countless hours being dedicated professionals during the week and then attend our workshops at night and on the weekends. Now we'll present our most prestigious individual honors, the Student of the Year. And I would like to call up onto the stage our judge, Mrs. Irene Greenwell. Mrs. Greenwell, if you would kindly come up, one of the 5 judges who are used in a most difficult aspect. I many times have judges in this category, the Student of the Year, say, send me videotapes any year. The students are too hard to judge. So we're now going to ask Mrs. Greenwell if she will assist in the presentation as we tell you that our elementary school Student of the Year. Mrs. Greenwell, please. Drum roll, maestro.
And the winner is Haley Pauling.
I just want to thank my mom and my dad and the whole news crew and my family for backing me up whenever I needed help. And thank you.
I just want to say that this is an awesome young lady with a lot of talent.
Okay, Mrs. Greenwell, please tell this audience who our middle school TV production Student of the Year is.
Well, and the winner is Daniel Harris.
First of all, I'd like to thank my older brother Tim for introducing me to TV production. And I would like to thank the high school's TV production teacher, Miss McNabb, for letting me tag along with him when I was only real little at the age of 5. And I'd like to thank my mom for always being behind me and supporting me. And I would like to thank my whole video production crew, and especially Miss Sederberg, for helping me even on the days I didn't feel good. And thanks to everybody.
Daniel is a very special young man. He's one of our executive producers, and I've been out the past 6 weeks, and he has done like a pro by himself, run the video program, and we are very, very proud of you, Daniel. Congratulations.
And now, in keeping with our tradition, we have, don't go away just so quickly, donated by the Marion Zimmerman Lee Hartman Company, a digital camcorder by Panasonic. Congratulations. And I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Haley, could you come back up here, because we also have a digital camcorder for you as well. At the high school level, we give out a top lady student of the year and a top guy student of the year. Okay, Mrs. Greenwell. Male. Mrs. Greenwell will now tell you who our top male high school student of the year is.
And the winner is Anthea Sassino.
Oh, man. Okay. First off, I'd have to thank my parents and Miss McNabb for putting up with me this year. Oh, man. And of course, my entire crew for putting up with me, especially on some of those days. I'm just, yeah, it's a great honor to, man, I was just noticed that silver garland too. Yeah, it's just, I just want to thank everybody. It's just, thank you.
Okay, and now our top high school TV production student of the year, ladies style.
Okay, I hope I can pronounce this one. And the winner is Lauren McRae.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, everybody, for all of your patience. Alex, especially, because premiere transitions were really tough for me to learn. And Mr. Yates for putting on such a wonderful program. And Miss Mizell for hanging in there with us all. Thanks. Oh, and I lost an earring, so if anybody sees it on the ground, you can give it to me. Oh my gosh, there it is! That's so cool! Okay, thank you.
And now, our top overall honor. As I mentioned to you, we have nearly 500 videotapes entered, so you can imagine what it would be like to have the entry among all those tapes at any grade level that the judges say, this is the best. Now, at this point, I need a special presenter to come up. Ladies and gentlemen, from Oscar J. Pope Elementary School, escorted by his parents, Robert and Kathleen Oliver, is the Oscar J. Pope Student of the Year, Matthew Oliver. Matthew is an amazing young man. He is not going to be able to see you. So what I want to do is to show him God's love with our voices. Matthew, please come to the podium. Because Matthew was a singer in the elementary music showcase earlier tonight, he and his parents were not able to join us in the procession of heroes, and now we have medals to present to Mr. and Mrs. Oliver and to Matthew as well. And now Matthew is going to demonstrate his extraordinary skill. We did not want to whisper to him the winner of the most outstanding video at the 2003 Video Awards. So we have the winner in Braille, Matthew.
And the winner is Mulberry. Music video. Traveling Soldier.
Let him carry it. I killed him, so let him carry it. We didn't expect this, and I do want to say a special thanks to Mulberry High School JROTC because they were really instrumental in helping us with the video, and it's a great honor, and it's not often that I don't really have things to say, and this is
Yeah, that is.
peanut gallery back here, but
I want to thank you. I want to thank Mr. Yates. A fine program, and we're especially honored by this. It means a great deal to us, and I thank you for your support. And again, take a chance tomorrow, and when they show the best of, to watch the video. I think you'll enjoy it. The students did just a wonderful job on it, and it was a timely thing, though not necessarily intended that way. It worked out really well. It's a great story, and it makes me feel good to think about the message and the meaning behind it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. They're making fun of my hair up here. I don't think that's very nice. We have, at the close of our ceremony, some very special people to thank, and if they would please come to the stage, and if I can get my friends from YJP again to help us, as always, with the roses. We have bouquets of roses, please, for Mrs. Greenwell, one of our most prestigious Student of the Year judges. Irene, if you'd kindly come up and accept a token of our appreciation. Thank you very much for your efforts. Also, another judge, Mrs. Redfern, would you kindly accept roses from our love? Elise Valdez of SPI Sales, thank you very much for judging, for donating the cameras to our anchors, and for making the 4-hour trip from Fort Lauderdale. Also from SPI Sales, Miss Peggy Schwartz, please accept our token of appreciation. As I explained early in the program now, we have all of the trophies for the outstanding winners in news show, in solo male anchor, solo female anchor, and anchor team. There are trophies for all of the outstanding winners as well. We also have all the certificates for the outstanding nominees in all those categories. And we have the tapes that were entered in this year's Video Awards. This is the fastest they've ever been returned. And so we have put the tapes in with your certificates. And when you come up to the stage, what we'll do is we have them alphabetically arranged. I'll call out a school. And then it always sort of reminds me of Wall Street. And thousands of people are shouting out, and somehow they get things done there. But that's what it is. Now, before we close, I would like the attention, if I may, of every young person who is in our hall tonight. We try to hold up to you at the Video Awards a standard of excellence. We honored tonight our parents, and I especially, whether it's here, and I know most of you won't because you'll just be so embarrassed to reach over and hug your mom or your dad. But when you get home, if it is embarrassing for you here, I want you to give your mom and dad a great big hug and show them the love that we know as educators would not be possible without them. As for myself, my mom and dad aren't around anymore, but they taught me 2 very valuable lessons as a child. From my mother, my faith in God. I don't understand, as I stand before you, how anybody who has no faith in God survives 1 minute. And I am so thankful to God for all of our blessings. From my father, I learned this: never, ever, in anything you do, accept less than the very best of yourself. Honor your parents, honor God, and most importantly, honor yourself, not just in the Video Awards, but in everything you do, make it your best. You've seen our best here tonight. Congratulations to all the schools who participated. We will see you at the 2004 Video Awards ceremony.